Everyone, welcome to the show. So, Madison Cawthorn is leaving Congress much the same way he occupied a seat for 2 years, as an embarrassment. Cawthorn, as you guys all know, he lost his seat after serving only 2 years in the House. He was the subject of numerous scandals, so much shame for the Republican Party. And then the people of his district finally said, enough, we're done. So, in his final address to the nation, Cawthorn took the time to reflect on his behavior and to focus on the pressing needs of the American people. Now, I'm just kidding. He did what any immature, insecure child would do. He whined about metrosexuals and a loss of masculinity in our country. I'm not joking. According to Cawthorn, that is the biggest issue that's destroying our nation and the world. Instead of taking one last opportunity to talk about, I don't know, income inequality, government corruption, drug addiction, nuclear war, rising rates of depression and suicide in our country. No, he chose instead to talk about, quote, soft metrosexuals. That's how he put it. Such a child. Check out part of what he said.
Our young men are taught that weakness is strength, that delicacy is desirable, and that being a soft metrosexual is more valuable than training the mind, body, and soul. Social media has weakened us, siphoning our men of their will to fight, to rise in a noble manner, square their jaws, and charge once more into the breach of life to defend what they love. So on this precipice of disaster, I ask the young men of this nation a question. Will you sit behind a screen while the storied tales of your forefathers become myth? Or will you stand resolute against the dying light of America's golden age? Will you reclaim your masculinity? Will you become a man to be feared, to be respected, to be looked up to? Or will you let this nation's next generation be its final generation?
I'm sure that Cawthorn, with his clearly emotionally stunted brain, thought that this was his Gettysburg Address. I guarantee it. He was probably sitting at home, writing and editing this speech. He's probably thinking, nailed it. He's probably thinking, historians are going to study this speech. They're going to praise it for centuries to come. I'm going to go down in history. And, I think the most telling part of this speech that he gave was the fact that he equates being feared to being a man and being respected. That one statement tells you everything you need to know about Cawthorn. He is so personally filled with fear himself. And he thinks the only way to prove that you're a man, or for him to prove that he's a man, is to make others afraid of him. How sad. How very sad. What I'd like to know is, what exactly is he encouraging men to do? And how many other insecure men are going to watch this, hear his speech as an incitement to violence? And maybe if Cawthorn doesn't want this to be the final generation, he could focus on, say, less trying to scare people and more on fixing climate change, disarming sociopaths with nukes, getting weapons out of the hands of people with mental disorders, things like that. Anyway, guys, this is the Republican Party. This is what it's come to. I mean, he's gone, but there's so many others who are ready to step up, take his place. They have the same worldviews, essentially. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Please donate. Thank you so much. Take care. I will talk with all of you guys soon.